Welcome! Today I'll be showing you guys how to boil water in a plastic bottle. Just a reminder for you guys, I would not recommend going out in your backyard, boiling water in a plastic bottle, and then drinking it. There's chemicals in the plastic that probably aren't the best for you. However, if you're in a survival situation and it's either drink some water boiled in a plastic bottle or drink contaminated water, definitely boil it. There may be some long-term health effects with this, but it's much better than getting sick in a survival situation. So what you're going to want to do is create a fire first. I'm using the Dakota fire pit. Some call it the Dakota fire hole. That's 2 holes with a tunnel between them. You light a fire in one of the holes. That just works best for me when using the boiling method. So you're going to want to start a fire. Don't bother with the water bottle yet. Start the fire and let it burn down to coals and ashes. You're going to want a lot of red hot coals. With the water bottle, not sure if I already said this, but just a reminder, fill it halfway up, no more than halfway, and take off the wrapper, and you're not going to want the lid for it either. You're also going to want 2 sticks that you can place the water bottle in the fire with, as well as take it out. I'll show you once it is burned down to all red coals. I'll see you in a moment. Welcome. As you can see, fire is completely out, no flames at all, still a lot of heat. What you're going to want to do, take your water bottle and place it right in those hot coals. Make sure there's absolutely no coals touching the part of the water bottle that doesn't have water touching it. What happens, the reason the plastic does not melt is because the water takes the heat right out of the, we'll make sure there's no flames whatsoever. But the water takes the heat right out of the plastic and makes it so it doesn't melt. And it boils relatively quickly. I don't know if I already said this, but you're definitely going to want to have the cap off. Or if you do want to have it on, just set it on there. Do not twist it or the water bottle could explode. You don't want that to happen. This one's slightly wanting to catch on fire, that stick, but it's not going up to the point that it is touching the plastic that's not surrounded by water. I'm going to look down at it and see if it's starting to boil at all. Doesn't look like it yet. So let's start pushing some of the coals up against the side of the water bottle. Try to get a little bit more surface area that's being surrounded by heat. Again, it won't melt because the water is taking all that heat right out of the plastic. You can occasionally blow on it if you know that nothing's going to go up in flames, no sticks really in there. Just like that. And I'm going to take that piece out so that it doesn't melt the water bottle. There we go. You can see that that's not screwed on there, it's just saying up there. Appears to have some starting to form some bubbles. Make sure it's surrounding it as much as possible. You really don't have to blow on it. That just kind of speeds it up. Make sure your water bottle does not tip over at all. You see bubbles forming. There's a lot of heat coming up there also. So that is a good sign. You can see the water bottle is not melting. It is deforming slightly, but that is normal. You can fast forward until it actually boils. I just wanted to keep this one clip, this part at least, so that you see exactly how long it takes for the water to boil. Of course, results can vary depending on how much water you have, how hot your coals are, how many coals you have, how much of the coals are touching the bottle, all those details. Also looks like I'm going to need to make sure this is finished boiling before it starts raining, because it looks like it's about to rain. But some pretty large bubbles are forming. You can go blow on it some more. What I'm actually doing, no, I think you guys can see me. I'm using the diamond blowing technique. It does work a little bit better. I kind of alternate from using that and just blowing on it normally. You can look it up. I actually learned that technique from another YouTuber. Oh, there went my cap. And it melted already. And you can see why I said don't fill it anymore above halfway. You can see how much that is filled right now. The water starts expanding, and I think halfway on this bottle was still a little bit too much. Because when it starts boiling, it's going to really start going up. Yeah. So even halfway was a bit too much. I guess it really depends on the bottle and how much the bottle shrinks while in the fire. So I guess between 1/4 and 1/2 now. You can see bubbles are starting to form. That's the real goal of this. Water doesn't burn or doesn't boil instantly, no matter what your method, but if you're needing clean water, this is definitely something to try out. Oh gosh, I have to get that cap out of there. Can't stand that burning plastic smell. You can see the bubbles starting to form. Of course, you're going to want the water to boil for 5 minutes to get rid of all the bad stuff. Guess halfway was a little bit too much. What I usually use is actually a Gatorade bottle, so that seems to shrink a little bit less than this thinner soda bottle. Start boiling. Let's blow on it some more. Having a hard time with it today. Usually starts boiling much quicker than this. Much quicker, actually. Probably about 1/4 of the time. I don't know how long it's been. Just check. 10 minutes. Gosh. Yeah, I usually have this boiling in about 2 minutes. That may be why the water bottle has shrunk a little bit more than I'm used to. There we go. You can see that it's starting to boil much better. Not at a rapid boil yet, but it's slowly getting to the point. Okay. Let's make sure you guys can see that, and you can. And there we go, there's the rapid boil. And you would have that going for 5 minutes, maybe 6 just to be safe. You take your 2 sticks to remove it and put it right over to the side. I'm going to put it actually in the second bowl just to keep it from falling over. You can see where I put it. Right there. And just to show that you can easily start your fire back up, I got some just random pieces of wood as well as some bark. Just put it in there. You don't have to put it really any special way. I like to bury them slightly. And there you go. It starts right back up into your fire. Your boiled water right there. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry this was a rather long video. If you want it to boil a little bit quicker, you can try with different bottles, see what works best for you. I kind of did this pretty quick with the amount of ashes and stuff, so that may have been the reason mine didn't boil that quickly. If you watch this whole thing, thank you, and I'll see you guys later. Let me know what other type of videos you might want to see, and I'll try to make those. Bye.